Welcome everyone. This is a tarot reading for the sign of Capricorn. So if you are Capricorn, obviously, then this is going to be relevant to you. But also if you're maybe just a cross-watcher, you're another sign, you're just interested in what's happening with the Capricorn, this might be interesting for you also. So the cards are shuffled, everything is laid out, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I have these cards laid out in a specific position, and I'm going to explain them as I go, so don't worry too much about that. I'm going to start right here. This here represents the recent past, okay? I call this the position of the back. Also, stuff that might still be lingering around you from the recent past, like circumstances or people, whatever it may be. So, I have here Justice as our first tarot card, and then the Oracle card of just the plain number 7. All right, so, wow. This is karmic, literally karmic justice, because 7's the number for karma, and the Justice card is like something becoming fair where it wasn't before, right? Something that maybe was not fair, was not equal to all parties, has been made equal. And with the 7 here, it feels like it was like either heavy or this has been like kind of a long time coming. Something, an unfairness that has been a long time coming that has recently been righted or is in the process of currently being righted. Maybe this is happening right now for you. All right, let's see what else we get for Oracle cards and see if we can get more details on what this unfairness, this unjustness. Now, the Justice card also a lot of times has to do with the law. So this could be like something that happened with regards to the law that's also just coming back now into focus, okay, or into relevance for some reason. Tell me more about the Justice card with the number 7. If you guys have any long-standing processes, like bureaucratic processes or like paperwork that you filed, or you're waiting on something from the government to be made right, you know, that would fall into this as an example. So I have Venus that talks about money, all right? Could be that there was money as compensation for whatever this was. Like if, you know, let's say this was literally like you took somebody to court, somebody got taken to court, right? This would be like a verdict where you got paid out money, all right? On the bottom, we have the Princess. It's interesting. I don't like the Princess very much. Princess is usually like youthfulness, but like naivete. So in this case, underneath the Princess, we have the Staff. It's like, I think maybe in the past, we didn't know what we were doing, or we weren't sure how this was going to pan out, but I think it panned out in your favor. Let's see what the top 3 cards are. So we have the Book, we have the Sun card, and the number 3. So this is essentially good news. This is essentially like the paperwork book with the Sun being in your favor, right? The paperwork from this other third party, the number 3, whether this is like a government institution, like a judge or a bureaucratic institution, whatever this is, it's a judgment in your favor that has made something that was unfair, fair. All right, or this could, keep in mind, this could currently be happening around you. Let's move into the actual present. This is the recent past. This is the definite present now. So let's take a look at how you guys are feeling about this, since this is kind of, a lot of times this can be a turbulent situation, right? Let's see what's in your heart. That's what this position here, this tells me how you guys are feeling. All right, Capricorn. So we have the Moon card. A little bit of fear, and Virgo. It's because we're focused on it, you know? This is so important. It's either important to us or it's like just something that we're focused on. Maybe it's not important to most people, or maybe it's not even that important, but it's something that's important to you, and therefore you're focused on it, and therefore there is a little bit of fear. And I think this is like, it's almost too much. Like if you didn't focus on it that much, then you wouldn't feel the way you do. It's almost like self-imposed fear in that way, right? The more you think about it, the more anxiety you get or whatever, or, you know, the more fear you get, that kind of a thing. All right. So, I wasn't going to pull cards, but I started shuffling and cards came out, so I guess I'm going to take a look at the cards. So I have the Queen, the Fish, or sorry, Pisces, the Fish, same thing. And then the Arrow on Target. So what are we talking about? Virgo? What am I saying? Focusing, right? Arrow on target. Like the one thing, the thing that we've been focused on. It's again, it's a kind of reiteration of the Virgo energy here, that focusing, targeting, whatever it is. Pisces with the Queen talks about like daydreams. So it's just like I was saying, like you can't help but have this like come back to your attention. Can't help but have this come back to your attention. Maybe when you're just like when you're daydreaming or whatever, suddenly you're thinking about it. And of course, there's a bit of anxiety or something, or fear surrounding it. So maybe this verdict isn't 100% clear yet, okay? Maybe it's not set in stone whether or not you get the money or it's in your favor or not. Let's find out. So I want to move over here. This is the position of the hand. This tells me what you guys are doing about it, okay? What you guys are currently actively doing. So I have the 9 of Pentacles, and then I have the Oracle card of the Cave. This is putting your money, this is an investment, you know? This is investing in yourself. This is investing in a cause. It could be saving money, okay? But it's for yourself. It's almost like a nest egg. I'm kind of getting a nest egg vibe here. Could also just be that you're investing a lot, and you have to invest a lot in order to deal with the situation. Like, for example, if this is a legal situation, maybe you've had to dump a whole bunch of money into a lawyer, right? Okay, so let's see what cards. I was shuffling and a bunch of cards came out. It's actually 5 cards, but I can read them just fine. It's just going to take me a second. These all cards are talking about what you're doing right now. Again, you're nest egging, you're investing, you're putting your money into a cause that I think takes either a lot of money or a lot of, just a lot of investment. Money, time, energy, right? All right, so I have the Manticore with the number 5. It's a struggle. It's not what you want to be doing, but it's something you have to do. It's something you need to do in order to deal with the situation. That's the Manticore with the number 5. In order to be successful, that's the number 6, right? Once you fight the good fight, once you overcome the struggle of the 5, numerically speaking, you get to the 6, which is harmony. So this is kind of saying like you got to do this in order to actually have peace of mind, in order to like get through this and have it be done with. And then Gemini with the eye, I think that this has to do with, so I'm going to put these away actually because now it's too many cards. So I've already explained them. And then Gemini with the eye talks about just either you have to deal with a lot of people. A lot of people have to look at this. So let's say, for example, it's a lawyer, maybe it's a panel it's not just one lawyer, it's a company, right? So you have to pay a lot of people. It's that sort of a thing. Like either it's one person or a lot of people, a lot of eyes have to go towards this thing that you are putting a lot of money and investment into in order for you to finally be able to deal with it. And I think get a fair verdict. Remember, all the way back here, get the fair verdict that you want. It really, I'm getting like, if it's not exactly like you paying a lawyer to deal with this legal situation, it is something to that sort of vibe to it. The other card that came out, I'm not sure if it's relevant, is the Foot reverse, which is to say, stalling out. You know, it's like you can't do it alone. So you got to invest, put money into people, organizations, or what have you, in order to make this happen. Sorry, I dropped a card. Let's look at the next card combination here. This is actually going to explain a bit more about how you guys are perceiving the situation, and it's going to give me an idea of what the situation is a bit more too. This is the position of the head. All right, so we have the 4 of Cups and the Oracle card of Coal. I'm laughing because the Coal here is similar to that Foot reversed energy that we just looked at back here. The Coal is obstinate. It's like whatever the situation is, it's not going anywhere. Like I was saying, I thought you guys had recently gotten the verdict, but I feel like it's in the air. The verdict is currently, it's almost like, let's say that there's a court date. Well, maybe it's not just one court date. Maybe it's 4 court dates, and they're over the course of like an entire month. Okay, so that's what this is. It's like, oh, you've only gotten to the first court date. There's 3 more to go. So still, there's a lot we're hung up on. There's a lot we're thinking about. Kind of, again, this is a lot of being wrapped up in memories that go nowhere. Being really just kind of hung up on this situation that we don't have control over, that we're just putting money and trying to get people to help us with, etc. Okay, so let's move on to the last position. This is the future here, but it's the short-term future. I'm not looking at the end of your life, like when you're 60. Well, maybe you're 60 and you're watching this, but that's not even fair. Let's say, when you're freaking old as hell, whatever that is for you. So this is like the next month or 2. Let's take a look. We have the Chariot, and then the Oracle card of the Wall. It's interesting because these are a little bit opposite, right? The Chariot moving fast movement, kind of actually making headway on the situation, and then the Wall here is hitting another obstacle. So I feel like, again, it's like start, stop. There's still 3 more court dates, right? So you get the next one, you make progress, and then there's another stopping point. That's sort of the energy we're dealing with, okay? And then all throughout this, you guys got to keep putting money in the bank or keep investing in the situation. Let's see what else we get for the short-term future. And then I am going to pull advice for you guys on how to best deal with the situation. Tell me what the Chariot, please, for my Capricorns here, and the Wall. In the short-term future, this is the position of the foot, by the way. Tell me about the Chariot and the Wall. The foot. Okay, so finally, the foot's not reversed anymore, right? Last time we got it like this. The foot's right side up. That's actually making headway with the situation, making progress. On the bottom, it's the staff. The staff is action. So you'll get to a point where instead of just sitting there doing nothing, you'll be able to take real action in the short-term future. Now, what comes after that action, like I was saying before, it just keeps reiterating the fact that after the staff, the action, there's more waiting. Next court date. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a court date, but it's just the example I'm using here. Next court date, action, go, progress, and then wait, right? And then that kind of, there's a series of these sorts of events happening for whatever it is you guys are dealing with right now. Yeah, and throughout this, again, I was just speaking at the top couple cards here. Throughout this entire time, you guys are Gemini, again, talking to people and networking with people, dealing with institutions, maybe companies, maybe, like I was saying, like definitely lawyers would apply to this, right? Gemini with the city here, lawyer vibe there, or a consultant. But yeah, it's like talking to people, networking with companies, institutions, people, etc. as part of this investment. All right, let's pull advice. So let me pick up all these cards really quick, and then I'm going to pull 1 oracle card and 1 tarot card, or however many come out, and see what the cards have to say. What should you guys be doing? I feel like you guys are currently investing, putting your money into this project, this thing that you have to do just to overcome like this momentary struggle so that you can succeed, like have peace of mind, and then like move on from it. Now, how can we best do that? What's the advice here going to be? That's the question. All right, so we have the 3 of Swords reversed, which is weird advice. So this is talking about how, remember how when I pulled those cards for the position of the heart, how you guys can't seem to forget about, you're kind of dwelling on this. So 3 of Swords reversed is don't dwell on this, okay? The more you dwell on it, the more shitty you feel, okay? And there's a point where you can only act when the time is right. There's no point in dwelling on it. On the bottom, we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is kind of like one step at a time. It's slow and steady wins the race. There's no point in stressing over it. You just have to wait for the next phase of the process where you actually get to do something about it, right? That's not right now, but there's no point in stressing about it. Let's see what we get for oracle cards. Okay, that was fast. So we have the foot. The foot just keeps coming out. So the foot just, it's like to me, this is like confirmation. It's assuring you there will be progress made. It's like things will be moving forward, even if it seems like you've reached like a stalemate, if you've been stonewalled, if you're sort of stagnating on whatever it is you're trying to do on your endeavors. It's like, this is sort of just confirmation to you that you don't need to freak out about it. It's coming. It's coming. And you just need to kind of let it go for the moment. Let it go, focus on something else. On the bottom, we have Universal Hexagram. That's like the star card. It tells me that this is all part of like fate, you know? It's like fate, destiny. It's in the plan. Things are as they are meant to be. So you don't need to worry. Underneath that, we have the house. Yeah, it's like things are assured. What is meant to be yours will be yours. The house, right? The universal hexagram with the house is what's meant to be yours will be yours. Your fate is sort of sealed, and there's no reason for the 3 of Swords right side up, essentially, is what the cards are saying here. All right, Capricorn, that's going to be your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. If this reading resonated, please press the like button for me if you would. That helps me out a lot, and I will see you all in a couple of weeks. Have a good day.